Sometimes life forces us into seasons of hibernation where you don't just sit and decide that um, I'm going to remove myself from the world, but you just find yourself hibernating. You know, I went into hibernation in 2017. I realized that now that it was 2017 when I went into hibernation. I lost my son, and after that, I closed myself off from the rest of the world. And today, I'm forcing myself to go out. Like, I have not been to the CBD since 2017. I haven't been to the park station. And obviously, we haven't been using the bus a lot, but still, I haven't been to many places. And today, I'm forcing myself to go to the park station. We quickly taking my mom there. I haven't been there since so it's been 7 years of me not being in town. And so that should be an experience. Haven't been here in years. I'm not sure. He just said that we should stand in the queue and he left. He realized he's actually going to the bus. Oh, yeah, because we didn't buy the ticket and they just told us to come. So I really don't know how this is supposed to work out. Going booking for the ticket. Bush.
Oh, yeah, Bush.
Eh.
Okay. Okay, it's fine.
How much?
How much is this?
I gave you 500. How much is the ticket?
600.
600.
Yes, it's fine.
Oh, okay. So it's my mom. So.
Okay, it's fine. Hang on.
So how is she going to?
Okay, let me write.
Okay. Agnes.
Agnes. Oh, because
Yes.
Agnes.
Ndlovu with an H.
Right?
Yeah.
Sure.
Right. Thank you.
Where's your mom?
Over here.
Okay, it's again.
Okay.
You're doing it.
That is 600, but I paid 500. But it's 600, but I paid 500. But it's fine. That's a levy dollar.
Oh, didn't get that.
Oh, Nika 5, ne? Tell you one thing, it's rather weird. It's rather weird. And the park station is one different world for me. It's a little weird to be there, to be honest with you. Just picking up fruit for my kids and going home. But wow, that's just super duper crazy. How different of a world it is. I don't miss that whole vibe. at all. Do not miss it at all. At one point, I had my mom's card with me, and I had to run back, and they wouldn't let me go through the space. I had to walk around. It was just crazy. I wanted to cry. I really wanted to cry. It's not even 10 yet. I feel like I've been around the world already. Also, just a warning, don't have 100 kids. Because then you don't know what to feed them. Like, honestly, you just never know what to feed them. You just never have cash. Just little buggers, they just eat all the time, all the friggin' time. I'm not even taking a trolley. Just need bread. And as I was saying, don't have 100 kids, because when I get there, I realized that I ain't got enough to get what I want, because I am feeding the nation. Don't be a masichaba. Trust me, it's fulfilling. It's so fulfilling, but also it's gonna work in your pocket. This is so very millennial of me, right? But my hair is like, it's in a very awkward stage. Like a very awkward stage. I'd like to have braids and stuff, but I can't because it's just super awkward. Anyway, I stepped on Braamfontein soil, so we stopped there because we needed, like, my mom wanted me to go withdraw money for her, and I don't even use Absa, but I used to as a student, and so she rumored me, to go get to go and withdraw some money for her. She wanted to have cash. So as I was running down, like crossing the street from like the Pick n Pay in Braamfontein, running to the ATM, it reminded me of me, because I lived there since I was 18 until I was nearly 25, just when I was about to 25, just before I gave birth to my first child. I was a Braamfontein girl, I lived in and around most of the time, but not most of the time, sometimes, but mostly, or the last few years of me being there was in Braamfontein, and it just reminded me of that girl, especially the girl that studied music. I was in Braamfontein through and through. It reminded me, as I was just running down, I could literally feel the bass behind my back, because it was glued onto my back everywhere I went. It was because I was that passionate about my dream. I wanted to improve all the time. I usually will say that look, I'm a singer because I love to sing and I love music, but I'm more of a composer more than anything. And I think what I wanted to do and what was to learn an instrument, and for me the bass guitar was it. I loved it with everything in me. I started playing it late in life, so I started learning it when I was 21 or 22, but because of the passion I had, I actually caught on so fast that I surpassed, even like not even in playing but in terms of knowing the theory and everything that had to do with it. I surpassed my peers and I got the certificate for having the best mark. And I remember very well I had 96. I had gotten 96% for the practical, got the certificate. I was awarded the certificate, which is pretty cool. And it also takes me back because just before that I was in film school, and I remember just arriving there with just a creative mind. All I knew is that I had a creative mind. I had not explored film at all, but I remember just when we had started and we were given like assignments to, in cinematography is the thing that I get. And I know people usually say editing, your editing is good. I think it's the cinematography first. It's the shots that I choose that make the edits look cool. And so my gift more than anything is the cinematography, is the shots and the things. I remember being the 10 chosen kids. I was at AFDA. One of the 10 kids that were chosen to be mentored because we were seen as the most promising cinematographers. So you can imagine, like, I'm just trying to paint a picture of the little bright-eyed dreamer that I was and the talent that came with it. But life happened. I got pregnant, and after that it was just postpartum depression coupled with a whole lot of other things. So I left Braamfontein, went back home, and when I came back I wasn't in Braamfontein anymore. One of the things I don't like the hustle and bustle of the city. For me, it's too loud, it's too busy. You know me by now. I like the quiet, I like peace. And by the time I came back with my little baby, I wasn't living in the hustle and bustle anymore. Whatever I was fighting for, I was just this big dreamer, and I knew that if I dreamed hard enough and I worked hard enough, I was gonna make lots of money. I was gonna be this big shot filmmaker. I was gonna be this is it. I was gonna be all of it. I was gonna be a big shot filmmaker, big shot musician, and I was gonna make all this money, and I was gonna move us to the burbs with the big houses where it's nice and quiet, where I have a big yard where I can make music and then come back and just have peace. If you guys know Shade, she will come back, make an album, and then they tour, and then she'll disappear for 10 years tending to her gardens. That's my vibe, right? But I left, and when I came back, I was already wounded. I was wounded with just mental illness. And when I say mental illness, I'm talking about postpartum depression. I had a colicky baby, and it was a mess. I wasn't the same person I was. And then I come back, and all of a sudden, the kind of life that I was fighting for was already handed to me. And no, not by some stranger, but the same person I was fighting with. I went back, and I came back, and everyone had left me. I don't know how to explain this. It felt like everybody was 10 steps ahead. Even my husband, I felt like everyone was 10 steps ahead, and that life was sort of now handed to me. Not like the life, but stepping towards it. And so I got very comfortable within my I'm gonna call it ailments. Got comfortable within just nursing my there's something flying around here. Nursing my my postpartum depression and the not sleeping and look, it was just depression all around. It wasn't just postpartum, it was a whole lot of things. I had PTSD on top of that. And so yeah, got comfortable, and I forgot the dream. I when I started, I still played the bass guitar and I still used to listen to music. I used to have my friends come over. I mean, I remember for my 26th birthday that year, I don't know, 26th or 27th, I had a keyboard. They bought me a keyboard because I wanted to just keep going with composing music. I'd have my pianist friends come through. It kind of faded. It kept on just fading away, and I kept on forgetting the dream to a point where it just didn't exist anymore, you know? And I think I needed to be there. I needed to be out there to be just reminded of who I was and how now I realize that, you know, sometimes you get so comfortable to a point where you don't realize that one day you forgetting your dream and being comfortable just because life looks like it's okay and it gives you a chance to, you know, you don't realize that you're creating a hole somewhere that, you know, if you had just fought a little harder, even though it was hard, but just drag yourself and fight, those little holes that now keep showing up wouldn't be there because you would have held space for them. I know I'm probably not making sense, but if you listen hard enough, then it will make sense. And so I don't care. I don't know if it's too late or not. Look, I'm not 22 anymore, and I'm not that tiny little girl who walked around. They used to say that I walk around with like I'm an entire band because I would walk with my bass and my amp and everything else. Like it's last year during May I tried and it didn't happen, and I'm trying again this year. I will try again until I get it right. If one is sitting there saying, this one again, yeah, it's me again, but I'm gonna try again until it works out. You know, the city reminded me of who I am, and I think I'm gonna go to different places now that are going to shake up my memory, even if I have to go. Guys, there used to be a place called, I'm this old, in Newtown, there used to be a place called Horror Cafe. I wonder what it is now, because I know it closed down a long time ago, but I'd like to walk around those areas to remind me of certain things. And you know, I'm gonna do that a lot. I know town is not it's not safe anymore, but I think in order to refresh my memory so I can wake myself up to where I need to be, maybe I need to go to those places that I find very uncomfortable. And you know what, and maybe I should get into a taxi and just go. I'm actually considering that. I don't know how I'm going to vlog it because there's no way I'm taking my camera to the CBD. There's no way I'm taking my phone. So we'll see. It's a journey. As I said, it's a journey of self-love. And if I have to get into a taxi, even if it's to go to Cresta, because Cresta also has its stories. So yeah, maybe I'll just catch a taxi to Cresta because of safety and me wanting to vlog. But I'm gonna go to all this. Cresta is not uncomfortable, by the way, but if the taxi is uncomfortable then for me, then I'll do that. Because honestly, years are going. We are 40 years old. I'm 40 years old, and I need that wake me up. And so if it means I have to go to the CBD again in a taxi, I will do that. I will just take like an Alcatel and I will vlog with an Alcatel. But if it means that I need to do that, because honestly, being in Bloemfontein, I can literally, I have like flashbacks right now of this very energetic, like extremely energetic. As I told you, these days the English tends to run away. I'm like Fezi and his sister, they by TikTok. But that very energetic, very tiny person, let's just like tiny, I mean skinny, tall, with a bass guitar running everywhere and just bouncing everywhere, writing songs on the streets. And guys, I was that girl, you know. And take me back. Take me back, dear Lord, to the place where I first see you. What does it say? Take me back. take me back, dear Lord, to the place where I belong. Oh, okay, I know that was foul. Hey, take me back. Oh, take me back, dear Lord, to the place where I belong. Take me back. Take me back, dear Lord. Okay, that was wrong again. I thought that note to the place. To the place, say.